right. Out here at Sandcut, I just found out a few minutes ago there's a derailment here, and there is. It's on the number 2 track. This guy coming by on the number 1. But I don't know what happened. But yeah, I don't know. As it is with derailments, there are already a lot of people out here. You see a crowd gathering there, so I'm not gonna go over there and get up on top of the hill. It's unlikely they would let me up there, and I'm not gonna go swim in their soup. The road to the dump is blocked, so I can't get over on the orchard side and get up there that way. So I just guess I'll break out the drone. Obviously nothing fouling the number 1 track, or the number 2 track. Oh, this guy here, passed him on the freeway and assumed he was coming out this way. Well, see if we can figure out what's going on. All right, well, I got the drone out and realized that I had taken the SD card of it to do some other work with, since I haven't been able to come out and shoot videos. So I had to go back into town, buy an SD card, because it would have taken way too long to go to my house. And time I got back out here, that's the front of the train. It's on the move. There's the car that derailed. It's my understanding that the entire truck, rear truck of that car, broke off somewhere down there. So there's that. Let's see what else we can see. All right, I got the drone up and started moving it around. And one of the reasons you'll see that I'm just sitting here so much in one place and not doing much is because the controls weren't working. The forward and reverse were working backwards, which they had done previously. My first drone did that in my backyard the day after the fire. See this BNSF coming by the car here. But yeah, the controls were just, they messed up on the last one. They're doing it on this one. And I was afraid to get the drone any further away from me than it already was. And it was only about 100 feet away from me. And I just wasn't sure what was going on with the controls. But yeah, you can see the car. I had hoped to get over to the other side of the train before this train came through, over the other side, and get a lower look at the hopper without getting anybody's way. Nobody over there seemed to care that I was out there with the drone. Now looking forth, this is the Sandcut crossover, and where the train is going off, there's the top of Sandcut Hill. You can see some of the trucks around, and yeah, I could have easily sent the drone all the way down to the curve where the DPUs are headed, to the top of the hill, and got a better look at what was going on there. But I was very apprehensive about sending it any further than it was. And as it was kind of difficult even to get it back to where I was. Disappearing around the rest of the train. And I brought the drone in and crashed. This just has been just a shot day with the drone. As you saw, you heard I didn't get the card in. I went and got the card, came back, and the drone wasn't properly calibrated. You'll see the footage that I got of it, but the controls weren't responding properly. They were backwards, which is exactly what happened a while back. It's happened a couple of times. So I missed them. They're just going to push this car out of the way, it looks like. And I missed, by the time I got the drone landed and got this turned back on video for the phone, they had just pushed the car over. And the battery was also getting low in the drone. I had it up for about 10 minutes, and I said in the piece I did about how getting used to the drone, that the battery's good for about 15 minutes. I was mostly hovering. It probably would have had a little more than that, but with the controls not working correctly, that's not a good thing to have happen. So I had to nurse it back over here. And I wouldn't have had time to change the battery and recalibrate the drone and get all that done in time for this. I guess that's something that I'm going to find out along the way. That is one of the drawbacks of the drone, is that it is not something you can just whip out and start using. It has to be set up, has to be the drone and the controller have to be connected through GPS. That takes a minute. Then it has to be calibrated, and that takes a minute. From the time I would stop, get the drone bag out, unpack it, get it set up, get it turned on, and get it all ready to go is about a 5-minute ordeal. So it's not like my phone. I can just jump out and start shooting video. Well, I think I've about had it with drones, especially with this one. I wasn't going to mention this to anybody, but my first drone, I crashed. I thought it was my fault, so I didn't make a stink about it to Ruco. And when I pushed the forward control, it went backwards and crashed into a tree behind me. This happened about, I don't know, a few weeks ago after the house fire behind me. And then now, as you heard, I put the drone up and it wasn't operating correctly. I brought it back, recalibrated it, put it back up, and it was out of control. I honestly couldn't control it. I managed to get it back over here to where I was parked, but I could not get it to come down. I couldn't get it to respond correctly to any input except up or down, and it hit one of these trees back here. I was trying to bring it back here behind the pickup on my board here, and there was just no way. It just wouldn't. It kept going out in the road behind me. I'm surprised I didn't get hit by a car. Man, I don't know what's going on with this. Keep shooting me the ideas. Drop in the comments below. Shoot me an email, motorpoet59@gmail.com. Click on the bell if you want to be notified of future content, and I'll see you guys later.